Hello Framingham and welcome to Flyer News. I'm Ben Weiner.
And I'm Julie Carson.
Coming up today, we will be informing you all on the upcoming weather, so get your jackets ready, and we have some information concerning our school's ESL program.
Accompanying that, we also have some news on our school's ranking and MCAS testing, along with Emily Toad's time segment rounding out the day.
All that and more on Flyer News. With the weather being as awful as it has been...
Ben, I park in the junior lot. Don't you dare pretend to understand bad weather.
I've been there. Thankfully, though, the weather should slightly warm up this week.
This world is a cold and daunting place.
Let's see weather with Lazy Edwards now.
Good morning, FHS. So we did endure some weather this week. We had snow, bringing the season total up to 10.4 inches. However, over the next few days, we can expect nice, quiet weather. As you can see today, we have a high of 36 and a low of 26 with mostly cloudy skies. And tomorrow will be partly cloudy as well, and we can expect a breeze from the south and southwest. Wednesday and Thursday will remain mostly dry and mild, and on Thursday night we've got a front trailing off of the east generating an ocean storm that could possibly affect Boston. This will leave us with snow showers on Friday with a high of 38 and a low of 26 and a nice mild weekend. This has been Weather Watch with Lacey Edwards. Let's take it back to the desk.
Recently, there's been conflict in our own school regarding students in the ESL program. Maggie Freese has been gathering information for you and has an update on the conflict now.
An investigation is underway against FHS following discrimination against ELL students during the 2014 to 2015 school year. The complaint was filed July 30th, 2015 by an anonymous source and is believed to be linked to the fight between rival groups of students that occurred outside the main entrance to the school last May. Back in October, the Office for Civil Rights notified Principal Elise Torbert that a complaint had been filed against the school. The Office for Civil Rights is a branch of the U.S. Department of Education that ensures equal education for all students regardless of race, gender, age, or disability.
What we've often felt is that there are not quite enough support services for ESL students in the school or in the district as a whole. The number of students is increasing constantly, and the students have a lot of needs that we aren't meeting because of language.
When rumors like there being, quote, FBI agents undercover in the school started circling through the students and teachers alike, Superintendent Stacy Scott issued a statement saying that the school district was working cooperatively with the United States Department of Education, Office for Civil Rights to investigate allegations of harassment.
I hope that the outcome will be that the district will put more supports in place for students so that things like this won't happen, or if they do happen, that we'll better respond.
Torbert was not at liberty to make an official statement about the investigation, but she did say that since October there have been no updates from the OCR about the status in the investigation. However, the school should hear from them any day now, since the tentative deadline was the new year.
I think that's always a hard thing, is, determining exactly the truth behind any incident, because there's always more than one version.
This has been Maggie Freese reporting for Flyer News. Let's take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maggie. Flyer News will be sure to continue with updates as the story progresses.
ISIS has recently released a video that shows their final message from the Paris attacks. ISIS has claimed responsibility for the devastating attacks that left 130 innocent people dead. This 18-minute video starts out with clips of news stations reporting on the Paris attacks. It then cuts to 9 people ISIS claims carried out the Paris attacks. The video then reads, "The following are the final messages of the 9 lions of the Khalifa who were mobilized from their dens to bring an entire country, France, to her knees. There is an audio message from the leader of the 9 attackers, and the messages of the other 8 members are filmed outside in what looks like a desert. In the video, ISIS appears to signal that their next target could be the United Kingdom. While we all have to deal with the cold and undesirable conditions, we in New England have actually had the lighter end of it so far this winter.
This past weekend, a massive snowstorm hit the East Coast. Although the snow has stopped falling, officials say that every state that experienced some snowfall will be looking at refreezing every night. This means roadways will continue to be dangerous. The storm killed at least 15 people and grounded thousands of flights. One of the places that was hit hardest was West Virginia, which received up to 42 inches of snow. Other notable snowfalls were New York's JFK Airport with 31 inches and Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport with 29.2 inches of snow. Major flooding has been reported in New Jersey, where some residents claim the flooding to be worse than the damage caused by Superstorm Sandy. 6 of the deaths occurred in North Carolina, 3 in Virginia, 1 in Kentucky, 3 in New York City, 1 in Maryland, and 1 in Washington.
While Framingham High traditionally does well in standardized tests such as the MCAS, we recently have had our level drop. Despite this fluctuation, there is some optimism that we can recover our former glory. Robin Kerr has been collecting interviews and statistics to inform the public on how this level change occurred and how FHS plans to regain Level 1 status.
The Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System, commonly known as MCAS, is the standardized test that Massachusetts uses to meet the requirements of the No Child Left Behind Act and assess the performance of schools and districts.
Framingham High School's level was changed to a level 3, particularly because of the participation rate of our students on the spring MCAS test. Our achievement scores and our growth were excellent, as they have been in the past, but this was specifically about participation, which is actually the first thing that the state looks at before they even look at achievement or growth of our students.
Although the participation rates were 97% for ELA, 98% for math, and 99% for science, participation of subgroups such as students with disabilities, ELL students, African American students, etc., must be above 95% to stay at a Level 1 school status.
If you dip below 90% in even one subgroup, you Level 2 is off the table and you automatically can be no higher than Level 3. And unfortunately, that's what happened for us. We had, for the ELA test, we had 4 subgroups below 95%.
For math, only the ELL and former ELL subgroup went below the 95% participation rate with a 93%.
I'm going to focus on the ELA test because that's the one that really turned us to Level 3. 16 students in total were considered as non-participants in this test. What needs to be understood is that there were 4 different categories of situations that occurred that forced these students to be considered non-participants.
The MCAS lowering is unrelated to the discrimination suit that was brought to the district. Only 3 students did not take the MCAS test and they were medically excused.
Our mistake was not recognizing that taking the retest didn't count toward our school's participation rate. And now that we're aware of that, we're making the corrections that need to be made to meet that.
At this point in time, there is no information on what will happen to the school as a result of the level lowering. For a more detailed explanation as to why Framingham has been lowered to a Level 3, please go to the YouTube channel. This has been Robin Kerr reporting for Flyer News.
Thanks, Robin. As the story progresses, Flyer News will strive to keep you updated on our standardized test scoring and educational news.
Ben, is it true you're in freshman Spanish?
I TA for the class.
No, but my friend's younger brother's in that class, and he says you're in it too.
I don't know what you're talking about. The only language I'm taking is an independent study with Emily Toad about how to speak sign language.
Way to change the topic, Ben, but Emily is really good at sign language, and she's been producing her segment for almost a year now.
Emily actually has a brand new addition for us today.
Let's see that now. Now it's time for us to rise and pledge the flag.
Live in studio today, we have Lacey Edwards ready to lead us.
You're up, Lacey.
Oh, beautiful, vast, spacious skies, far amber waves of grain. I'm talking about America, sweet.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have no place to go. Have no place to go. Darling, have no place to go. Have no place to go.
Good morning, FHS. Today is Monday, January 25th, a day one with periods running A, B, C, D, E. There is freshman steering tomorrow in B211 at 2:15. Also, softball still has workouts Mondays and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 in the Wellness Center. It's important you go if you have no winter sports. That's it for me. More announcements.
Hi, we're from Human Rights Club, and this week and next week is our book drive to More Than Words. Donation boxes are located in the main office, library, writing center, and all English classrooms.
So donations will be given to the More Than Words bookstore, which is run by at-risk teens and foster kids. And the donations, from the books that are sold, will be given to other at-risk teens and foster kids. And it's really important that you just look for any books that you have, and you can bring them to any of the collection boxes. Thanks.
Good morning, Isabella. How are you?
Good, how are you? I like your glasses.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, a little different this morning. For the faculty out there, More Than Words used to be, I think it's an early 90s song by Extreme. Heard of it?
No.
Okay. Anyway, congratulations to everybody for surviving the first half of the year. You officially made it through half the year, so that's great. You should have received a copy of your new schedule this morning in homeroom. This is your second semester schedule, so electives, semester classes are switching. Just a reminder that lunches then also switch, so if you have math or math or world language classes, you no longer go to first lunch, you actually go to second lunch. If you have English or history, now you're going to first lunch instead of second lunch. Third and fourth lunches stay the same. So if you have ESL or special ed, you're still going to third, or fine arts, you're going to third lunch. If you have PE or science, you're still going to fourth lunch. Hope that makes sense. Also, report cards will be distributed on Friday, so I hope everybody did well in their mid-year exams and wrapped up what they needed to do for the semester, because those will be going out on Friday. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Period A, guys.
We've had a very full show today, from covering the local weather to teaching sign language.
If you want to watch our show again, you can catch us back at 5 or 8 o'clock on 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, or 41 Verizon Fios on the Framingham Education Channel.
I'm Julie Carson.
And I'm Ben Weiner. Take it easy, FHS.